After Bloomington Mayor John Hamilton announced late last year he would not seek a third term, 3 Democratic candidates entered the race and will be on the ballot in this May's primary. They held a joint forum this week, and Lucas Gonzalez has this report from it.
Bloomington mayoral candidates expressed similar priorities at a public forum Wednesday, but differed on a few key issues. The mayoral hopefuls, Don Griffin, Susan Sandberg, and Kerry Thomson, met at the Indiana Memorial Union to discuss their platforms. All 3 agreed on the need for affordable housing and collaboration between the city and county, but their opinions diverge on annexation. Mayor John Hamilton's plan to annex more than 8,000 acres of land has been controversial since it was first introduced in 2017. Griffin and Thomas say annexation is needed, but disagree on strategy.
We need a clear strategic plan in how we're going to provide city services to the people who will become city residents.
Griffin says he wants to stick to plans already in place.
And there are plans in place. There had to be plans in place to even to show that we could do it and that the city was capable. And that threshold has been passed already.
Sandberg called for a hard reset on the entire process. She was one of 3 city council members who opposed annexation initially. Sandberg says Hamilton's plan sought to do too much all at once and didn't involve county officials enough. She calls the process the beginning of a relationship breakdown between the city and county. The candidates all agreed that the community should be more involved in future annexation discussions. Annexation was just one of several issues the candidates hold different opinions on. Another concern is shortages in public safety, something Thomson says is a priority. The local firefighters union says current pay rates are affecting the department's ability to retain staff and, by extension, adequately respond to calls.
Not listening to your residents is frustrating for them. Not listening to people who are your public servants, who are in charge of keeping you safe, creates a danger to our community. We must do better.
At last month's annual public safety report, city officials said the police department had 17 officer vacancies, while the fire department had 9 firefighter vacancies. Sandberg also says public safety is a top priority. Griffin briefly addressed the topic of first responder shortages, but says he plans to focus on affordable housing.
And yes, people say, oh, we've got 50% students or more. But we're not focused on the fact that we don't have people, that most people in Monroe County can't afford to live within city limits.
Prior to becoming deputy mayor, Griffin founded his own real estate agency. He says that experience and serving on the city's redevelopment commission gives him an edge over his opponents. Thomson, who served as CEO for Monroe County Habitat for Humanity for 20 years, agreed with Griffin on housing. While Sandberg felt similarly, she used the discussion on affordable housing as a bridge to economic development, another one of her priorities.
We have to have the jobs in this community that allow people to afford to live in this community. So it's hand in glove with affordable housing, affordable everything, food, shelter, transportation, a lot of things the city can influence with our policies.
In their closing thoughts, the candidates touched on political divisiveness and their desire for more civil discourse. Thomson says local politics reflect worsening divisions on a national scale and that the mayor-elect should set a better tone. Sandberg spoke against putting labels on others when discussing policy issues. On that topic, Griffin reiterated his campaign slogan, "Believe in Bloomington," specifically, a Bloomington for all. For Indiana News Desk, I'm Lucas Gonzalez.
Primary election day is on May 2nd. There are no Republican candidates running for mayor this year.